counted Lady Stoneheart, because honestly, you know, Brienne's alive in the book, so it doesn't really matter. Anywho, no, not what I wanted to talk about. This is another Game of Thrones video. Again, this is not what I want to do with the channel. But as of right now, it's the best I can do. But I could also upload every day, but I need to get ideas for that, so whatever. But anyways, besides that, okay, so I was reading something online. Well, of course, not even that online. But there are rumors going on that Khal Drogo, Daenerys' husband, Daenerys' husband, might be coming back in the show. And I don't... he could be. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. Because, like, I ship Dany and Jon, but then Khal Drogo would be the only everyone I would ship with her. I don't ship Dany and Yara. I don't ship, Dario and Yara. Dario and Dany. But that's beside the point. So there are rumors that Khal Drogo could be coming back. And I was reading some of the reasons. And one reason actually kind of stood in my head. And I was just walking in the hall during school, and I'm like, yeah, you know, he could be this, but, you know, there are certain requirements, blah, 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 blah. Anywho, so there's a fan theory. They're all fan theories at the moment. Okay. Khal Drogo might, no one really knows yet, Khal Drogo might be the Azor Ahai. There are a few other candidates, and I was actually thinking about that too. But he's actually a good candidate. Yeah, so, basically. Okay, here's it goes. So, you have to be a Targaryen, or I'm gonna say in some way related to a Targaryen. Born amidst salt and smoke. Is he a hand? Sorry. So he has to be born amidst whatever. Salt and smoke are required, we'll say. And dragons will soon follow. So, look at it this way. The two obvious ones are Dany and Jon. They're both Targaryens. Dragons, I don't know how would go with him, but whatever. She was reborn in fire, and she's now crossing the Narrow Sea to go to Westeros. Yeah, born amidst salt and smoke. And dragons followed when, you know, she got out of her husband's funeral pyre. But then again, you could also count, you could also count the Dothraki barbecue. You could, yeah. But I'm not. I'm counting it when the dragons first came. But, besides that, she's too obvious. Jon's way too obvious. And I'm thinking, I want to say these are the three. Drogo is one of them. Jaime is one of them, which I don't really believe, but, you know, we'll go through that. Jaime's one of them. Jorah and Tyrion. Those are, like, the top four, I would say. So, anyways, and maybe Dario, but I don't think so, because I think he's going to turn his back on her. Because when she left, it's like, no, you can't come with me, and I think he's going to make that city Slaver's Bay again. Maybe not positive, but I think he has a bit of grudge. Kind of like a bitter ex-grudge, if that makes sense. But, besides that, I don't think it's going to be Dario. I could be wrong. Alright. So, let's talk about Jorah. And Jorah, Matt Pat suggested, yeah. Matt Pat thought he could be one, because he's less obvious, you know? And I don't think anyone would expect him. But George R. R. Martin, if that's what you call him, was like, it can't be too complicated, but it can't be too obvious. So it has to be somewhere in the middle of it. Too obvious, too complicated, has to be right in the middle perfectly. So, Jorah. Okay. He was... I'll put on some lighting here Yes, do not judge me. It's a Christmas tree lamp. Whatever. That might not be such a right one. Or not, but I don't know if it's any better. Okay, besides that. Jorah. Jorah is a pretty likely candidate. Maybe. We have to kind of resolve the grayscale issue. But he could be one. Let's say, born amidst salt and smoke. Yeah, he was crossing the sea with Tyrion. That's also where Tyrion, again, gets the salt and smoke, but we'll talk about that again later. He was okay, when Dany went in the fire, when she was burning Khal Drogo, she walked out with the dragons. Yeah, so dragons followed, and he was like, I will reborn. He pledged his services to her, but then that also would have been a good time to say, oh, hi, yeah, I kind of was spying on you, but not anymore, but, you know, that's in the past. No, yeah, he could be one. Yeah, I want to say those are the old requirements, but whatever, I don't know where they all are. I don't know if it's to be Targaryens, but dragons have to follow. I know that. So, yeah. Yeah. Now, Tyrion, I thought, would be a likely candidate. Because he was... You know, he went to the dragons. He freed them, which I have to say was one of the funniest scenes in Season 6. It was one of the funniest, you have to admit it. So it could be Tyrion. He crossed the narrow sea with Jorah, so that's the salt. Smoke, maybe the dragons. I don't know if they blue flames or whatever. But then again, the attack on Marine, that could have also counted as smoke. I'm counting as smoke. Because, they were throwing fireballs everywhere, so, yeah. Marine would do the fireballs. And, yeah. And then he talked to the dragons, you know. I think he could be a likely candidate, and he is Gur Martin's favorite character, so I would say maybe he would have a high chance, you know, like a high chance of being up there, I guess you could say. He could be the Azor Ahai. You know, but he also has so much of a fighter. But we'll see how that plays out. And next, but there's also Khal Drogo, in a sense, and yeah. I'm not gonna talk about Jaime, because I don't think it's Jaime. And, but Khal Drogo, I think it might be. So, okay. For Khal Drogo, it would have to be, alright, whatever. Dragons followed when he was burned, and, you know, that was with salt. That was with smoke. The only thing I can't connect is salt. I mean, unless you want to count the water at Vice Dothrak. But at the same time, it's probably fresh water, because I can't drink salt water. But besides, I don't know. That's the only thing I can't connect would be the salt. I mean, unless you would count, like, when he was saying, I will kill Joffrey, you know, the king at the time. He obviously knows Joffrey, but at the time, Joffrey was king. Like, I will kill Joffrey, take the throne for the moon of my life, yada yada yada. And I don't know if that would count, you crossing our sea. I don't know. That'd be the thing. And I don't know. But he could be it. I think he has a likely chance. But it would depend if he returned it as like a flashback or a memory, you know, or a dream, like a vision, like he did in season 2, or if he came back like Jon did, which I don't know. I don't know how, as I think he'd be a burnt pile dash. I don't know, but because he was killed with magic. So, maybe around back. You know, I don't know, we've seen people come back. Well, yes, Catelyn came back, Jon came back, but we all knew Jon was coming back. You know, we all knew Jon was dead, but, we all knew Jon was gonna die, but we all knew he was gonna come back. Like, it was obvious he was gonna come back. But, you know, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. I want to see the White Marker battle. Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna play out. It's definitely gonna be interesting how it plays out. But, you know, it's most likely going to be, and a lot of people think this, Season 7 is gonna be, you know, Dany taking over Westeros, taking over King's Landing, making it Dragon's Landing, maybe spiff it up a little bit, because honestly, it's kind of it's a rat's nest. So she needs to clean it up a little bit, but then again, when she's queen, she can do whatever she wants. And then she needs to, like, marry someone to get allies and such. Anyone out there hoping it's gonna be Jon? I highly doubt it will be Jon, because I think he's still hungover on Ygritte, who's his real life girlfriend, which, that's kind of funny. So, you know, I don't know yet. That's how it's gonna end. That's how Season 7's gonna end, you know. Well, not marrying Jon, but, you know. And we finally find out his true parentage, so it's gonna be awesome. And Bran's almost to the wall, and then almost to Winterfell. They need to clean that place up, too. But after Season 7, when she takes it over, maybe, not a year later, maybe like a couple months later, one second. Yeah, sorry, okay. But I think after the, maybe a few months after she's queen, maybe if they accept her, what's it called? The Whites are gonna come. The Whites and their army of the undead. And I think, tryouts are still going on to be in their war. Hey, it's someone to join if you want to join. I personally will not be joining them. But the Whites will be coming, and they'll deal with the White Walkers, and the show will end, sadly. Yeah, that's probably when I'll read the books, maybe, if I ever read the books. I'm a good writer. If you don't read my stories on Wattpad, I will promote people say I'm a good writer, and I, you know, like my writing, so if you want to check that out, if you want, again, I'm not going to pressure you, but, you know, I don't know, it's going to be interesting. It will be interesting how it plays out. Euron's going to come in, somehow, and Dario is gonna do something in Marine. I don't know if we'll know about it. He's gonna do something. And then I'm hoping Jorah comes back. Or at least, like, if he does die, which, knowing Jorah Martin, that's a coin flip. But knowing Jorah Martin, we don't know. So I'm just hoping we at least get something of, like, saying, like, oh, he died, you know, something like that, something of that nature, like, you know, like, Dany sends out one of her people, you know, and it's like, we found his body, we burned it, so-and-so, just, like, so we know. That's, just so we know that he did die, and we do get some, I don't know, I'm trying to, I know the word is on the tip of my tongue, I just can't say, but we can kind of grieve for him. I don't know, I don't know, but, so, anywho, you know, Twitter's boring, honestly, because, like, I do it for, like, the Game of Thrones stuff, and there are some funny pictures over there, but it's boring. Anywho, random note, so, yeah, alright, so if you guys are new to the channel, please do subscribe, and you can join all the other watchbots, in the Delta stream, hoping and praying Khal Drogo's live. I really do want him to come back. I did like him, and he was, like, only in 9 episodes? No, 9 episodes. Visitors was 6, yeah. Whatever. And I will see you all next time. When? I don't know when. Because school's starting, and ideas. But, it's starting, it's getting started, like, Yeah. Anywho, I will see you guys on the next video, whenever that is. And, you know, and this is NinjaBot, signing out.